Wednesdays come so fast. They
Amen.
always say that your favorite day of the week, always put something that you don't like on your favorite day of the week. So I try to do a real hard workout on my favorite day of the week. I try to fast on Wednesdays, which is my favorite day of the week, because now I'm balancing things out because I love it when Wednesday come. I get to spend it with my best friends. How you doing over there, Ace?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Goosen?
And I can't complain. Helen, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just trying to share.
There you go. Everybody be sure to share tonight. Zach, what's going on? Got your shirt on finally?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It came fresh off the press.
He's official now.
Yeah, I'm official, bro. It's like having a business card. You're official.
Yeah, Sheikah, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. You?
Hey, I feel good. I'm good.
Good.
Last but not least, we got our guest for tonight. We're going to talk annuities. We're going to talk IRAs. We're going to talk IULs. We're going to talk money tonight. Y'all be sure to share this page, because tonight we're going to give you an education on what you can leave for your, actually you could probably do a little bit of retirement, but what you can leave for your family. We have Ron James. How you doing, Ron?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, y'all, be sure to share this page. I'm about to share it myself, but we're going to play our opening, and we hope to have triple the amount of people we see right now on, because tonight is going to be a wonderful show. Don't hesitate to ask questions. See y'all in 50 seconds.
Sometimes you got to go look at yourself and go, I'm ready to relinquish this.
I'm one of them people, hey, you got to give a man a day in court.
The underlining of all of it is authenticity, right?
She's making them money, so they gonna put the camera on her because she's paid.
I think the prize is the other person. We have not integrated in the United States and start buying some of the things that we have to offer. Then we will see a difference in how we act as Black people. Oh yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to rebrandUS. It's Wednesday night, May 1st. In a couple of days, it'll be May 4th. May the 4th be with you, right? You want to kick a shout out to everybody out there watching. Thank you very much. Be sure to ask all the questions that y'all want to ask, because Ron is a wealth of knowledge. We're going to have fun tonight, but we're also going to be educated tonight too. So Ron, how you doing today, sir?
Oh, blessed and highly favored.
You ready for us?
Very much so. Bring them on.
Right on, right on. Well, look, before we get into the conversation, let's go ahead and ask some questions that we didn't ask last week, that will lead us right on into the conversation that we're going to have today. And oh yeah, by the way, y'all, be sure to share, because today we have our special bit that we have been working on and telling y'all about. Give me a quick taste of it before we just jump into this.
You can say anything you want with total and complete immunity.
What do you see when you look at me?
Stay tuned, because in about 25 minutes, we're going to jump right on in that, and that's going to be very exciting. We have an anonymous letter, Helen. It's very, nobody knows. I'm the only person that has read it, so we're all going to get some information, or better yet, we get a chance to just talk about it. So anyway, last week we had a very good conversation. We talked about, I forgot whatever it was, but kind of out with the old, in with the new. That's what we talked about. And one of the questions that we didn't have kind of leads us into today's conversation, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put that conversation up, or that question up. What's something new that you couldn't live without? Now I'm going to ask this as we get warmed up and get ready to talk to Ron. But think about it, Helen. She's the youngest. That's the reason why I'm going with her. What's something that's new?
How are we defining new? Like, what is new? Is it like the last year new? The last 5 years new? What is new?
Well, for you, we're going to say the last 5 years.
Okay.
Since 2020.
Okay. Now, the first thing, I don't know if this might be older than 5 years, but when they made the maps look like streets, like you can, and not even like real, like there's the satellite version, then there's just like the regular. It doesn't look like actually, but there's like so many more small details, so you can see stop signs and how many lights are ahead of you in streets. Y'all, I'm so directionally challenged. If my GPS die, I'm pulling over, charging my phone before I can get anywhere, because I'm sure bad. Like, it's real bad, and I know that. Don't judge me. Mind your business. Thank you so much.
What's up, cousin? How you doing? That's Patrick Harris. All right, now listen.
What's up, Pat?
There's a whole lot of things. Once you're over 40 years old, there's a whole lot of things that are new, right? In the last 20 years, I would imagine. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to somebody else who's younger, but she's kind of the older group. I say she, I don't know who I'm talking about. Yashika, give us something that's new that you just couldn't live without that y'all didn't have when you were a kid.
My heating blanket.
Mm.
That was easy.
You knew that right off the bat. Huh?
Yeah. Ace?
I mean it too.
Topo Chico.
That's pretty good.
What is it?
What's that?
Topo Chico mineral water.
Yeah, Topo Chico. Zach?
Ace.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
You couldn't live without Topo Chico?
Come on, he can't live without the water. Man, that's a hard one, bro. That's a hard one. But we can never live without a car and a cell phone. So
yeah, well, we had those when we were kids. I think the cell phone. I like the cell phone. I like just being able to talk on the cell phone. Not all the smartphones, just the cell phone.
Yeah.
Ron?
Oh man, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I just purchased me an Icy Breeze. I don't know if that was cool. Have you ever heard of Icy Breeze?
No, I don't.
It's like air conditioning that you can carry with you.
Oh man, yeah, I like those.
I just purchased one of those.
Yeah. Okay. State of Texas, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, look, I'll tell you another thing that I really like is they have Uber. So there's never a reason for a person to not have money today. Mm-hmm. Uber Eats, Grubhub, all these different apps. And those apps, they extend out way past, just Uber. I know people who can go and clean a house, right? So they go on their Uber app and they have, hey, looking for someone to clean a house in this area, paying X amount of dollars, minimum X amount of hours, and they shoot over there, they clean these people's houses. So now people have way more opportunity to make money if they on their hustle than they did before. Now with this extra found money, you have money to invest. That's why we have Ron here tonight. So, okay, Ron, first of all, I want you and Ace, by the way, let me go ahead and say this too. Both Ace and Ron are on the same level with regards to insurance. They both sell insurance. So both of you guys can kind of jump in and give us the education. But I don't know if everybody knows what an annuity is. I don't know if they know the difference between an IRA, annuity, IULs, and any kind of life insurance. I think it's, briefly, if you guys could kind of tell us what those things are. Let's go to the comments. Air fryer. Yeah. It's like a microwave, but a stove at the same time. Tony said flat screen TV. Before y'all jump into that, they did this on purpose. They want me to tell this quick story. So about 5 years ago, maybe less, my daddy told me, I can't remember exactly what was going on, but I was talking to my daddy, Helen. And he said, guess what? What? He said, I just got me a brand new color TV. Oh. I said, the good news is you'll never have to use that in your vocabulary again. Because all TVs are 2022 or whatever year are brand new, or color TV. I don't know that people say that anymore.
Yeah,
anyway, sorry about that. IULs, annuities, what are those things?
Well, if you don't mind, Ace, I'll go first.
Do your thing.
Yeah, okay. And then jump in. So an annuity is just a contract between you and an insurance company, and you put in your periodic payments. And once you reach the age of probably 59 and a half, you can now start taking those payments back out. But this time you have interest that has accumulated through that time. And or you can get a lump sum payment, right? So an annuity, again, is just a contract that you have between you and an insurance carrier. An IRA, those are acronyms, individual retirement account, okay? That individual retirement account, it has different types of strategies. You can be very risky, you can be moderate, or you can be, what's the word I'm looking for? To have it in a fixed environment. Well, not risky at all, right?
Very safe.
Yeah, very safe. Okay. with that said, you can also have it on an index side, right? That's more of your moderate. That means that you can't lose any money, guys. So if the market tanks tomorrow, you'll lose nothing, right? And also you'll gain money once the market goes back up. All right. So you have some different types of strategies that you can deal with as far as an IRA is concerned. And there's one thing I didn't see up there, which was a Roth. A Roth IRA is an after-tax system that you can use. So guys, if you were to think, if you were a farmer, you'd pay for the seeds versus the harvest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that means that your taxes are taken out in the beginning. And once you decide to get your money, the IRS is not tapping you on your shoulder.
Hey, okay.
Okay. So that's Roth. Roth is after tax. Traditional IRAs are usually pre-tax, meaning that the taxes aren't taken out. And then moving on to IULs, that's called indexed universal life policies.
That's a gift from God.
Yes. Ace, did you want to touch on it? I'm taking up everything.
No, you do it. You do fair. I always tell people that IULs is a gift from God.
It is. So with your indexed universal lives, those came about around the late 1990s. Okay. You had a product called the Universal Life product. It wasn't the best product, meaning that you would probably get a 3 to 6% return on your investment or your savings. And the bad thing about that, when you got older and the cost of insurance got higher, a lot of those clients couldn't keep up with the premiums. And if they accumulated money and they couldn't pay it, it was cannibalizing itself, meaning that it has money in there. They can't afford it. So we're going to go inside of the cash value, and that's how that person would pay. Then that kind of sucks, right? So they came up with an indexed universal life, and the cost of insurance is still the same, but now they've prepared you for that time when you hit your 70s and your 80s, and you don't have to have it cannibalizing, if that makes sense. So IULs are great. The one thing that I do with a lot of my people that I talk to, I try to put them into IUL. IULs are good for paying off your home. So let's say you got a 30-year home. And after 20 years, you can now start to take that cash value to pay your premiums. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And you can stop paying on the policy because the cash value you have in there is going to do what? Compound. Mm-hmm. Okay. IULs are also called the $1 million baby policy. So when you hear young people say, I don't need insurance, yes, because you're going to college, right? You may plan on going to college. You may plan on getting into a trade. You need money to kind of support you as scholarship money or tuition. You can use that IUL starting off at $50, $25 a month for a child. And it'll accumulate to the point that it'll help a person with their down payments on their home, cars while you get ready to go to college, books, all of that type stuff. So it's good to plan early.
So if a person starts an IUL, let's just say age 15, how long do they have to pay it from 15 till 65, or could they cut it off in 20 years? How long do they have to pay it?
Well, they have to be 18 first to start. No, different companies. Hey, I know Transamerica does a young one for kids.
Yeah, you can actually, with a lot of insurance carriers, you can have your child start at age 0. But in regard to your question and answer, if you're 15, the allowable time for you not to get penalized, right, is to have your money in there for about 10 years. Okay, 10 solid years of you not touching it or doing anything to it. And guys, the richest people in America put their money inside of these types of policies. Okay.
They made them. They the reason that it people like Trump and a lot of other people, they lobbied for this. They were like, look,
yes,
we want. The thing about the IUL that I love is it breaks all the rules. You got the people, well, you have to do this and do that. The IUL is a bully. It's like, nah, we're finna take this money and do this. So the thing I love about it is you don't have to wait to a certain age to touch your money, in a sense. You know, you don't have to wait till like you 59 and a half. And then you don't have to take it out when you're 71. So like those other entities, and when you're 71, they like, hey, pull this money out of her, it's growing too much. And then like Ron was saying, the rich use these IULs like a piggy bank. It's a personal bank for them. They use that instead of the bank. So how it is, you know, you can do like electronic transfer, or you can ask for a check. So you got to think this money doesn't have to be reported because it's federally protected, because it's an insurance policy. So when you're trying to apply for stuff, your money in IUL, they can't consider that money. If you're getting sued, they can't consider that money. Bankrupt, they can't consider it. Divorce, they can't consider it. It's federally
child support.
protected.
Wow.
They can't consider it.
It's covered. It's
Where
that
you at 23 years ago?
That code 7702.
Code
I
77.
Yeah.
I threw all my money in there.
And I'll let Yashika and everyone else, Zach and Helen, ask some questions. But for us, because we're still working right now, and you know, is it better for us to go and get a IUL or an annuity or an IRA over a 401k?
And that's a great question, guys, because you never want to really turn down free money, because usually your employer is matching you, right? Mm-hmm. However, I want you to imagine a roller coaster, guys, right? And just imagine that through that lifespan of you working, that you're losing money, right? When that market goes sour, okay? So just imagine a 401k turning into a 201k when you decide to retire. It can happen like that. I've had clients who said, you know what, Ron, I'm planning on retiring next 2 years. And you know what? That market dipped on them so bad, $12,000 gone. The turnaround for you to get that 12K back is usually on an average of about 5 years. He doesn't have that time. Okay.
Right.
So when you're speaking about a 401k, you just got to know that you can do both, right? The average amount of money or percentage that you should put into your investments for your retirement is usually 12 to 15% of what you make per month. Okay. So you can diversify that and put it into a 401k. But again, try to get you something where the taxes aren't going to kill you, because that 401k, when you start to take that money out, guess what? Uncle Sam's coming to get you. Okay. The IRS is coming to get you. There's no way around it. There's something called Roth conversions. You can do that, but you're still going to have to pay. When you become 73 years old, the government says that you have to take money out. I have to tax you. If you die and hadn't touched your money, your children are going to be taxed because they're getting it. So just understand that pre-tax environment can hurt you later on down the road. And guys, if you can answer this question, are taxes going to be higher now or later?
Later, for sure.
It's called the tax trap. And America has been doing it for ages.
Let's say they're going to get theirs.
Yeah.
So what is the, and I know it obviously depends on somebody's financial situation, but I think for like people that are 28, 29, 26 and younger, like maybe early 20s, the hardest part is understanding or deciding what is the best nominal amount that you can afford, but also has impact. So I think like when I just started, and I have an index life interest, I just started that last year, but I only started because I got to a point where I could afford more than was necessary because I'm trying to build it faster. What I'm hearing is like you want to get into it sooner because then it grows faster and it compounds. So like, what is a good base nominal amount for an average person to have to get started with an IUL?
So guys, an IUL, it has to be overfunded for you to really see some good results.
Definitely.
So can you overfund it the first day you get it? Probably not. But you're going to get your taxes in. You're going to get other sources of income that may push you from $100 to $200 next year. Does that make sense? So you don't have to start at $500. I have clients that say, Ron, let's do the 1,000. right? That's kind of on that overfunding level. But if that's not you, we work with you, or I work with you. But just know that when I'm going to be in your ear yearly saying, let's increase, because I don't want to put you in something that's going to, the cost of life insurance goes up and then you're still at $100. It isn't going to work for you. It may not be the product for you.
Yeah, and that's the run I like to say, because I know a lot of people say IUL just to sell them, and they don't set it up right. And people come back in 3 years like, hey man, what's going on? You know, you have to, you really kind of, you like you said, overfunded. The good thing about IUL, if somebody sit down with you and look at the numbers, I always tell people like straight up, you can buy money with IUL. You can say, I want to have, when I retire, I want to have $1,600,000. You can buy that. It's a price like this will get you that.
Right.
You know, you can see the projection. And I tell people all the time, like you said, you don't need a lot to start, but use your income tax. You can dump money into it.
Right.
What a lot of wealthy people do is they don't accept gifts for the kids. They only take cash. Like don't buy G.I. Joe. If G.I. Joe was $10, give him $10.
Right.
And they dump everything for their kids, their whole life. They dump everything into those IULs for those kids.
That's it. That's it. So answer your question, Helen, about $100.
It does. And just to play devil's advocate, but not really play devil's advocate, just to push that. I definitely understand that makes sense. So let's say someone's budget, all they really, really can spare is maybe $50. And that's being gracious, because I really want to say 20.
Right.
But $50, what of these programs or accounts in marketing, which one of these will make the most sense for someone that has a budget of $50? And maybe that is like a good month, day, week.
So it's like every hat doesn't fit everyone, right? So have you all heard of Dave Ramsey? Anybody?
Yeah.
The Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. Well, Dave Ramsey is a person that his ideology since the 70s, right? Buy term and invest the rest, right? So if you have debt, you can now concentrate on your debt and get you a term policy, which is very inexpensive. Okay. So you can snowball all of your debt and get it off the table. So is IUL the number one product for a person that only has $50? No, they can get a term product that can help them, and then they can maneuver to an IUL, if that makes sense. So,
yeah,
that's good.
All that income tax, I tell people when that income tax time of year comes, instead of new this and new that stuff like that, you take that lump, calculate that year, like $100, $1,200, take that $1,200 and handle it like that. Pay it for the year.
Perfect.
Great.
But Ron, you know what? One thing, Ron, real quick for the start. One thing I like to tell clients is when they try and do a big sum with the IULs, a way to avoid some of the taxes and start like the policy fees. I tell them to get a annuity and then let the annuity pay out and pay it out of the annuity payments. That way it'll be a lower, you lower the policy.
Right. So guys, with annuities, just understand what Ace is saying, that you can take money out of annuities every year and not be penalized. Okay. 10% is what you can usually take out. Okay. So he can actually use that money to benefit something else or to pay the premiums on what you have. But it all depends on what you have in that annuity, if that makes sense, guys. So there's so many ways to do this. The only thing that I want you guys to kind of look at is fear. A lot of people, especially my brown and black people I've been dealing with for so many years, they're not accustomed to having money or more money than their mother and father. Okay. And so it's kind of new to them. So my financial advisement, I just try to get them out of that scared mode. Okay. And let you understand that whatever you do, make a quality decision, be educated, right? But don't fear pushing it this way or that way. Please don't, because what that can do is mess with the success of your retirement years because you didn't react. Okay. So
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that information, Ron. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to, whether or not your insurance that you get through your car and your job and your bank is, if that's any good. But first, we're going to do it this or that. Yashika, I hope you're ready. Also, we have a very, very, very special safe space. Tonight, we're going to do a safe space, and I think it's coming up in about 4 minutes. So y'all be sure to stay tuned. Hey, do us a favor. Continue to share that button. Push that share button, share this show.
And go subscribe.
Also, go subscribe to YouTube. All right. YouTube is very important. We'll see y'all in about a minute.
Ron, you're going to go first today. Give me 5 slang words for money.
Dough, Skrilla, cream, ducat, green.
Dina, who is on the $10 bill?
Ooh, I haven't seen cash in a while. I haven't the slightest idea.
Does anybody else want to take a gander at it?
Hamilton.
It's Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, MLK. He should be on one though.
Laquita, with Hamilton being on the $10 bill, are all the faces on U.S. currency past U.S. presidents?
Yes, they are.
That is wrong.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
Everyone except 2, and that would be Benjamin Franklin and Hamilton. That's on the $10 bill.
Harry's going to be on the 20.
I was looking forward to getting some tub duds.
Yashika, what is the most counterfeited bill?
Fine.
It's the $20 bill.
That's the Chinese doing that.
What country is the largest counterfeiter?
France.
Chinese.
Chinese is not a country.
Is France a country?
It's North Korea.
And polo shirt. Oh, we cancel. Listen, pack it up.
Anyone else want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I got one for the single folks out there. Look, the Bible talks about Boaz. What I say is, you make sure you're looking for his Boaz. Don't get fooled by Craig's arm or Derek's leg. Make sure you get your Boaz. What I say is, make sure you're looking for his Boaz. Don't get fooled by Craig's arm or Derek's leg. Make sure you get your Boaz.
But
can I find this in Arlington?
Oh, good grief, yes.
Oh boy. Let's see how long it is. Let's hold it out.
This guy is probably close to 5 feet. Texas rat snakes are going to be one of the largest snakes that you find in the Metroplex area.
I just felt
Is that
like
snake out? Oh, okay.
I just felt like playing it. It had nothing to do with our show whatsoever.
I'm not a snake guy at all. I ain't watched that.
Hey,
You couldn't wait to-
Don't move
Hey,
now.
Hey, you got any relationship advice for us?
You couldn't wait to play that video because
Heck of funny.
the joke was funny. The joke was funny, by the way. It
I
just
thought you were
didn't.
gonna say the po ass, the broke ass. That was a meme.
Let me explain, Joe, since
That's
Good's
better,
hanging
Helen.
on it. So it's called bow ass, right?
Right.
So I was telling the single people, they were like, advice single people. I said, don't get fooled by Derek's arm or Craig's leg. Just worry about Bo's ass. Different body part.
Right.
Don't worry about
I got it. I got it.
No, yeah, I got it the very first time.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, thank you.
I did.
Let me tell y'all.
On the game.
Let me
That
tell
was
you,
about
it
a
was just
year ago.
terrible.
About a year or two ago, and Goodson been giving me hell every day.
And I'm telling you, that was just the absolute worst joke. It was live too. Nobody on that. I wish I could have captured how they didn't get it. But anyway, hey, look, y'all, we have a very special show. I think we're a little bit past our this or that, so we may have to come back to that later or maybe next week or something. But anyway, we got a very special part of the show that we've been promoting for the last few weeks. Before we jump right on into it, we want y'all to go ahead and push that share button. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Share.
So you ready? Y'all ready?
Share.
Let's do it.
You can say anything you want with total and complete immunity.
What do you see when you look at me?
All right, so I'm gonna change that. That's not good. But anyway, so tonight we're introducing a very new bit. Ron, please take part in it. I'm gonna read something, and it's a little bit lengthy, but that's okay. I'm gonna read it, and I want everybody to tell their opinion or give some advice on what we should do, okay, or what this person should do.
You gotta tell them what you're reading.
I'm reading a letter. It's an anonymous letter, and this is, of course, a safe space. So safe space, y'all can send in anonymous letters, right? When you send it in, we're obviously not going to know who it's from, but we're going to read it and give you advice. We'll send back an email to you to let you know what day we're going to do it and all those things. So we just received one. We've already sent an email back to the person. It's anonymous, so nobody. We're not going to say anybody's names or anything like that. But this is a real letter that was sent to us.
Don't
right?
worry, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa, don't worry about it. We won't say your name. But anyway, that's what this is about. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading it. Like I said, it's a little bit lengthy, but I think it's worth it. There's a buildup. It says, I'm not going to put all of it on the screen. I'm just going to start it off like this. It says, Dear rebrandUS, I have not had the best of luck with job roles, and have had to take multiple jobs in my working career, and that I did not like or want, jobs that she didn't like. I have been working in the roles for almost 2 years. I've grown in my career and is on track to be great. I get along extremely well with my boss on a work level. I have received several marks on performance.
High marks
on performance. We have even been out a few times. Hold on, I'm trying to switch it over to the. Oh God, please don't tell me I lost it. Here we go. We have even been out a few times. On a personal level, my love life had also improved. I started using a dating app about 4 months ago, and I met someone. She was wonderful, low maintenance, and does not have much. Does not ask for much at all from me. We have a great time. We talked online for about a month before meeting up. We did meet up, and she opted to meet at my condo during our first encounter. I have made attempts to take her out to do the whole whining and dining courting thing, and but she say that she was more concerned about spending time with me, and I was just fine with that. Yes, we were intimate from the first day we met, but she has this is a guy apparently been unable to stay the night due to her working in the graveyard shift. We tend to see each other in the mornings when she gets off late afternoon, sometimes early evening, depending on when I am working. She comes over in the morning. Sometimes, some afternoons, we meet at my place on early afternoons. We are intimate just about every time, and it's good. That's what she says. I will admit, though, the relationship was different. I have not always been able to get in touch with her and don't hear from her for days at a time. But when I ask about where she has been, she tells me that she's been working overtime. All right, let's go back to work. We have an annual sales conference every year. Last year, I was unable to make it due to COVID. This year, however, I was able to make it and was super excited. This year, we were able to invite spouses per the invite. So I really was excited to invite my girlfriend if she wanted to go. I did not tell her it was a conference, just stated that I would be going away for work and wanted her to come along. She stated that she would try to get off work and would let me know. About a week later, she let me know that she would not be able to get off work, and she declined the invitation, and I completely understand. Y'all, I'm almost done. It was time for the conference. I packed my things and got on the plane. I was still really excited, but wish my girlfriend could come along. Upon getting to the hotel, we only had enough time to put down our things and headed to the conference room for meet and greet. There was people from all over the country there. It wasn't very exciting. It wasn't a very exciting experience. Upon going to the conference room, I saw my boss talking to other people. He looks over and he sees me, waves me over to him. Eagerly, I walked towards him. He was standing with a lady, but her head was turned. Once I got up, once I got up to say hello to my boss and hugged me, and instantly I said, I have been waiting for you two to meet. That's what the boss said. I talk about you often. He then stated to the lady, he said, honey, this is the employee I've been telling you about. He then said to me, I would like you to meet my wife. My heart stopped. I could feel my mouth open and myself staring. I felt like I was about to pass out. This was the same woman that I have been seeing for the past 3 months. She is my boss's wife. He I mean, how could this be? I said hello and shook her hand, and what felt like forever, my boss went on to speaking highly of his wife, stating that she is a stay-at-home mom and takes care of the family, and that they found out that they were expecting baby number 4 at the end of the year. I can tell you with all certainty that we have not been practicing any kind of safe sex. After meeting, I did my best to stay out of the entire conference and avoid both my boss and his wife to the best of my ability. A conference that I thought would be fun and exciting with great opportunity turned out to be a very scary experience filled with paranoia. She has since continued calling and texting me multiple times a day and has even come to my home stating that she loves me and the baby is fine, but I refuse to speak with her. rebrandUS, I need your help. What do I do in this situation? Should I tell my boss? How would I tell him? Well, my boss understands that I met this person online and had no idea that she was married and blah, 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 and make sure it's, didn't know it's the same woman. Anyway, rebrandUS, help me. What do I do?
Looks like he's working hard for the whole family. He's working hard
man.
for the and working hard for the wife.
Start with the females, babe. So let us go last. Let the men go last. Start with the females,
Yo, Dina picked it right away. She said it from the jump. She's married.
Of course.
Dietrich says this sounds like it's made for TV script. Oh yeah. She says ho ho ho. I don't know if she meant ha ha ha, but anyway.
No, I think it's HOE.
I think the way like stopping it, ignoring it is the best solution. You don't want none of that smoke. You don't even want to be associated with somebody that can move that shiesty and then afterwards act like it ain't shiesty. Like you're not gonna sit here and be like, I'm so sorry, I made my husband dinner. Like you're not gonna pick it up. We just no, I think he's doing right. Or whoever the sender is, leave that person alone. Wifey is not a wifey. She's for the streets for surely. And that's not a her that her husband ain't got
streets.
If they for the streets, you gotta leave them for the streets.
Hello.
You gotta leave them over there. The thing I would say though, the broad is pregnant. What do you do?
Isn't it 4 months though? They only been talking for 3, so technically it can't be his, right?
No, they're expecting baby 4.
Oh,
baby number 4.
Oh,
at the end of the year,
how long she is.
Yeah.
Okay, we got other races stepping in.
And it would be interesting to see or to know what race they all are, because if the husband is of the Caucasian and so is she, and he's black, the writer's black, it's gonna be like Life. Wasn't that Life?
I'm the baby daddy. I'm the daddy.
I'm the pappy.
I'm the pappy.
Let's go to the comment. Don't get fired unless he's got video. He can't prove nothing. Them 4 kids got all different daddies. You know what? That actually might be.
That's probably true.
He is not the first man that she has seen. No, second, third, or fourth either. It sounds like Miss Deborah Goodson. That's a very interesting story. I think the baby is what makes the twist. I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I could play it that cool when I first met. We met. I would be like, hey, I would throw it off. I wouldn't mess up.
Yeah, you would. Somebody
mess up.
Man, but what about the dude? She pregnant, and you messing with him? No. These gotta come out. These come out.
Scared of none.
These come out.
He done brought out Smith and Weston.
Hey, and these go hard. No, man.
Well, he ain't got to be scared of nothing at work because he can't get fired. He can't fire me. I got to take care of our baby.
Well, you know what? That goes to our next question. This is something left from last week, I guess. Is society becoming more and more addicted to this kind of drama?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is y'all know what the #1 TV show is today?
It has to be reality.
It's Housewives of.
Yeah, has to be reality.
Drama. It's all drama. And you know what the bad part about it is 9 times out of 10, I believe, maybe 7 times out of 10, realistically, it's probably going to be a woman that watches this stuff. Men don't watch a lot of reality shows like this.
Right.
Housewives of any. I mean, I think I watch Flavor of Love and Real World.
Yeah, that was because it's Flavor Flav, and we just got to see what it was stupid.
Yeah. But I think we are. I think that's a very good question. Is the world becoming more addicted to drama? And the answer is yes. And I think we're starting to learn that our own lives are so dramatic and has so much drama in it. And so now we're starting to see social media with everybody's a writer, everybody has a YouTube channel, all this stuff. We're seeing drama like crazy now.
Well, I think subconsciously we're adding that to our lives as a society. You know, like how you said, now it seems like everybody subconsciously we're welcoming that in. You know, it's kind of like we're attracted to it. So, you know, we kind of go toward it.
But you don't get no likes unless you got drama.
True.
Marlon Reese says it will come out. He needs to tell his manager, laughing. Deborah Collette. Also, Dietrich says maybe she was already pregnant. That's why she wasn't worried about using protection. You know,
that's still ain't okay.
Go back to Dina's. Go back to Dina's. Ho ho ho.
Janique Bird. Janique Bird Mason, she says he should use it to his advantage and tell her to get his boss to promote him. He'll expose her. Just kidding. Or am I?
I have a question. So it's for men. What would y'all do? What would you do? You're the person that just found out, right? What's your next move?
I'm gonna blow out the spot. Listen, she done got my heart wrapped into it. You know, dude, he can't keep a job. He can't do nothing. Now, finally, it's all coming together. And he realized his wife or his girl, his woman to be or whatever, wife to be, so he thinks, is the wife of his own boss. I got to tell it. Now, the thing is, I'm smart. I tell Ace this all the time. I think I tell you too, Zach and Yashik. You got to be 2 steps ahead of the game. So I'm going to have another job, a whole nother situation. But she ain't going to hold this over my head. But I'm going to tell it. I would want to know.
We can't mess up this good job. It depends on your morals. It depends on, honestly, like your morals and how you feel and stuff like that.
But the bad part is it's the man. Look at the guy from Boston Celtics, the coach that slept with that VP's wife. They fired him and didn't fire her.
Yeah.
You
know what I mean? Hey, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'm leaving.
He said nothing. Dina says the real twist is the boss may already know.
Yeah.
Especially if you hula hoop like you do, Dina.
So you say the boss might have Diddy somewhere in his name? No Diddy slander on her now. I don't
That's funny. Well, hey, y'all, thank you, everybody, for joining in on that. It won't be as long next time, but we definitely wanted to introduce it in a hard way tonight. We've enjoyed it. I have to play a few more videos before we get back to Ron. Hey, I'm going to play this trailer because the movie is back on YouTube, so I have to play the trailer. This is the last time y'all are going to see it, but here we go.
Most blacks didn't really want to go. It was terrifying.
We just did what we were told to do.
The schools are still backwards.
Oh, I love that. You feel safe. When I got home, I told Mama, I said, I'm not taking this no more.
Okay, Black Card Revolt. What might Mama tell you before going into any store? A, don't touch nothing. B, don't ask for nothing. Or C, don't look at nothing. Or D, all of the above.
D.
On the TV show Good Times, after Florida's husband James dies, she throws down a clear bowl and says what and how many times?
She said, damn.
In Sanford and Son, Fred goes to court. He makes the statement. Look at all these N-words in here. There's enough N-words in here to make a blank movie. What movie did he say?
Why don't you arrest some white drivers?
I do.
You do? Well, where are they? Look at all these niggas in here. Look around here. There's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie.
I never seen that before.
Y'all want some more?
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm keeping my black card.
Okay. I can't stand people that toot their own horn all the time.
Finish this line. But I need somebody who will stand by me. What's the next line?
Sunny day. Damn.
I'm sorry.
The way he sounds, he might be trying to find how to get to Sesame Street.
That sounds like Sesame Street.
Hey,
That sunny day, I was ready to learn.
Sunny days.
When it's tough, she won't run. She will always be right there for me. Finish this, Boys in the Hood line.
Either they don't know,
Don't show.
or
Don't
care
care
about
what's going on in the hood.
We really need to get Ace some more culture.
We ain't gonna play the game or white card revoke. I can hold my own on white card
Okay,
revoke too.
here's a white card question.
Meredith, you've slept with so many guys, you're starting to look like one.
What is that from?
Zoolander.
Boom, roasted.
White card revoke.
Name a one-word black movie.
Shaq.
Life.
Don't waste your time on me. Sparkle. Is Sparkle a movie? Isn't Sparkle a black movie? Dynamite.
Hey, before we,
I love that career when you she.
That's sunny day.
hey, before we get
He put it together right. He did.
before we get started, Zach, we want you to sing some.
Come on, Zach. Hit it.
I'm gonna hit your knees when I see you the next time.
That's my favorite part.
Hey, I want your feet to be looking like this after I'm done.
As long as you hit that sunny day and teach me something, baby. Teach me something.
Hey, Helen was gone then, right? She wasn't even here then. She was on the trip.
I feel like I was there. That was.
All right,
Oh, man.
Getting back to Ron. Ron, we appreciate you for being on the show again tonight.
Hey, no problem, man. I'm happy to be here.
If anybody has any questions, we have a few more minutes with Ron. But I think before we went to the break, one of the questions we threw out is, what is better, Ron? Is it better to get an annuity with you or IRA, any of those things, or one of those insurance policies that you get from your bank, from your job, from AAA or whatever people get insurances from? How is yours better?
Right. So I deal with a lot of A-rated companies. Now, which is better? I would have to know what's going on with you. All right. So I can point you in the right direction. Somehow, in some cases, an annuity is best for you. In some cases, life insurance is best for you. In some cases, all of the above, right? So I would really have to sit down and kind of ask questions to get to know where you would like to be or where you see yourself, and then I can make that declaration.
Nice.
I love that answer. That's somebody that care and not selling.
For all of us who don't make your money, so should we do IULs?
Well, like if you're on the lower side of 46, you're almost at that point of retirement. So your time horizon is like right here. So you should try to catch up as much as you can, because if I ask you what type of investments you have and you tell me I only have my 401k, and then we go ahead and we do a projection and we find out that your 401k is fighting inflation, right? And inflation is winning. We need to think about another way to go and approach that, so you can be at a point where you don't have a shortfall. We try to get rid of those shortfalls.
So would $50 a month do be any good at 46?
Damn.
No.
And I'm not.
The wrong way.
It's always,
sorry, Helen. Sorry.
I would, at our age, Ron, would you say a safe for it to be effective? I guess at that age, would you say no less than 3?
Yeah, so I offer a lot of my educators around $200 to $300 to start off, right? Because with an IUL, I want to be able to say, or you can say to me, Ron, I want to do something else with my money for this year. But see, you've overfunded it. You now have that leeway to do whatever the hell you want with it, right? So just kind of think about IULs along that line. I need to overfund it. I need to get max money as much as possible. Okay.
And just for Ron, just again to clarify for all the guys we got in Iowa and Wyoming that's watching this that are on child support, they can't touch this money.
IRC code 7702. That puts a force field around that money.
Well, now, Ron, is they can't go in there and get it, but now upon that death payout in Texas, everything goes across the Attorney General's desk first.
Right. So that's why it's good for you to have your trust in play, right? And while having your trust in play, you can kind of direct where that money goes and put an extra force field around it as well, right? So yeah, so you can.
And that goes back to child support too. What if somebody who's been neglected by child support and they finally say, "Hey, I'm gonna cash out"?
Well, Ace, go ahead and take on that one, man.
Yeah,
it's still so I tell people before you get these, if you're already in one, that's different. But if you already have a child support situation before you get these things, you probably want to find some other type of avenue because right now child support is winning. They take
hide your money
first off top. I'm not saying hide it, but I mean you might go to Ron. He say, hey, need like $275 a month. We can do this. Put that $275 up until you can clear up the situation, and then because he's coming first.
Can I chime in for a second? Just don't worry about it. They taking the child. They being real nice to you, but they gonna take the child support out. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell them, fellas.
They gonna yank it. Ron, can you talk about how inflation is the silent killer and how it fights against every one of these items that we're talking about?
That coffee hitting wrong.
Right. Yeah. Well, it is. It's kind of getting kind of
dark roast.
My AC up in here. I usually keep it at 75. But yeah, so I deal with inflation, and I usually project my inflation to be at 3%. And if you can look at what your monthly need is going to be, it is constantly going to go up. And a good example of that, Walmart, right? We go and we get our groceries from Walmart. A bag of chicken, right, was approximately $4 less 2 years ago. So that's inflation. That's what you're running into, and it's going to affect how you live day to day. And so again, I just put my inflation projections around 3%, and it's just going to keep fighting you, because once you get your pensions and things of that nature, IRS is going to come in and scoop up some money. Your mortgage has to be paid, your debts, right? So those monthly needs are going to constantly keep rising. So you're going to have to be able to supplement.
Hey, Ron, so you give free consultations, or how's that go?
All free. Okay. So guys, my objective is to educate you as much as possible, and it doesn't cost you anything, right? But I think to have a good wherewithal to understand where you want to be, you need to reach out, because doing something is better than not doing anything at all.
Yeah.
I think a few takeaways is, number one is you cannot lose money.
Right.
You put your money, it's like a bank account or a savings account. You cannot lose money. And you kind of gain money at a rapid pace compared to a bank account. So a bank account is what, like 0.001%, whereas say
bottom of the pit.
It's the bottom of the pit. Savings accounts, guys, just to run through that, are at 0.00 nothing percent. All right. Yeah. That's simple interest compared to compound interest on your IUL.
I read somewhere that the banks really don't need your money anymore. They used to pay for your money. Even back in the day, they give you a toaster or something, and they give you 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. CDs used to be nice. I know some people who got a CD, and I think they've been having it for like 20 years almost. And this CD has paid them like $4,000 on 50 grand. Right. Whereas now, if you took that same 50 grand at that time, and like Ron said, it compounds. So over 20 years, it has compounded 3 different times, which now you're looking at over 200 grand. So $50,000 gave you 53,000 from a CD, where that same 50,000 would have given you roughly $200,000. So that's the difference in what it pays out. So be very careful, be very intentional. But anyway, thank you very much, Ron. Hey, look, we have Ron's number at the bottom of the screen. Call Ron James at 214-642-0392. That's his personal number.
Ron got that tag like when he got through talking, he wanted to say, "Have mercy."
Oh, Ron James, call him.
Come on.
Tell him come hide my money.
From child support, huh? Zach needs to know that anytime he sings, I am going to make a video about it. All right?
He got a whole album.
Top 10 populated cities.
Took you out.
I didn't do it on purpose. I did mean to do.
Hey, yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
All right, Marlo Thomas, she says a couple things. She said, can you add the contact info in the chat? Absolutely, we can do that.
I'm doing it right now.
Thank you very much. And they need to, she says. I think that in regard to child support. Janique Bird says, what if she was several sneaky links?
Not what she said.
What if she had several things? All right. We were going to talk about something real quick before we go to Ace. OnlyFans. We're going to talk about that a little bit. How we're going to try to plug it in with that with that safe space. But the number one OnlyFans is an 18-year-old right now. High school student. She makes $50 million. We got 15 seconds each. You got everybody on here, of course, except for Helen, has children. 15 seconds. Tell me what you think. Yashika, your 18-year-old daughter wants to do an OnlyFans. And she did it in secret. She made $50 million last year. Tell me how you feel about that.
I mean, she did it in secret, and it's already been done now. What can I really do?
What do you do going forward?
How about teach me?
Yeah, period.
That was a joke.
Period.
But what do I do going forward? I would try to encourage her not to. We have to remember, like when we're young, we don't make good decisions a lot of times, and we're gonna get older and all that stuff. If she tries to do something like political or anything, that stuff comes back. As soon as you put it on the internet, it comes back. So I guess that's what I would say. Yeah. That I would try to discourage her. I mean, she's $50 million richer now.
Right.
She unfortunately, Ace, Helen, Zach, Ron, she used up your 15 seconds.
Hey, yo, Ace, who do we have on the show next week?
All right.
That wasn't on purpose.
She gets on you.
Sorry. Hey, yo, Ace, who we got on the show next week?
I sure appreciate you for asking. Well, since Rob's on her educating us, we're gonna keep up the education point. I'm gonna interview a good group of guys next week. We're actually gonna be talking to mumble rappers that narrate children's books, and it's gonna be a speech therapist nightmare. It's education.
Hey, we thank y'all for joining us tonight. Ron, we really appreciate it. Ron is also a part of our show. He's not just a guest, he's a part of the show. So we thank you for being on the show tonight. Great information that you have given us. Hey, y'all, be sure to stay tuned next week. We're gonna have comedians coming on at the end of the month. So you're gonna have a lot. We got a lot going on. See y'all next week.
What do you call a dog with no fur? Chili bean potatoes.
Man, what chili bean potatoes? I get it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Explain it.
Chili bean potato. The dog skinless with chili. Would you add potatoes on? Dog chili. The dog skinless, and he eat the chili with the potatoes, right? Dogs. Skinless dog with chili. So the dog ain't got no hair, and you eat them with chili and potatoes. Dogs, you said a skinless dog is a chili dog potato. What'd you say? Skinless dog chili. Yeah, that's right.
No, I wasn't supposed to make sense.